at the USTA headquarters Sunday. It's Marty's birthday. We're having an old geezer session. And then we'll be having a burnt toast interview with Marty today. So, hang out. Come on, sit down here, Marty. And we're going to have some burnt toast here. It's burning. We're kind of kicking. I'm kicking with Marty Collier. We just got done skating. I just wanted to find out a little about Marty because when I first ran into you was like a year ago at USTA, down in Hayden. I'd never seen you before, you know, or nothing. Never met you, never came across you, and then meeting you here again. So basically, we'll start with the usual. How did you start skating? I mean, there it is. It didn't start smoking. Let's get to that burning. There we go.
It got real burned.
Yeah, that's not quite done yet. So how did you start skating? When did you start?
Like real skating, or like when did I first find a skateboard? Because when I first found a skateboard was like 4th grade.
Yeah, and it was
we lived 30 minutes from town up by Bonner's Ferry.
So there's not much skating going on.
We're right by Canada. The amount of concrete we had was a sidewalk to the house.
Up in the woods.
And the neighbor was probably half a mile away. And we went there for some reason, and we were at his carport. And he had an old, it was a hippie board, like an old banana board, that had a hippie on it. It said hippie on the side of it.
Right.
It was all dirty. It was his daughter's. And I think my dad ended up buying it from him for like $20.
Huh.
But it was all, so I washed it.
So you're 4th grade.
4th grade.
So now, at that time, when did this happen?
This was 2018.
So you're well along in your adult life.
Yeah, well into my adult life.
So you had been skating all before that then too?
Yes, definitely.
And so, okay, now, so here's where it kind of gets like into the, got some burnt toast going here, folks. So like, when I was younger, and I'd talk about skating, and I'd be like, man, I don't know, man, if I ever, lost my ability to, I would just kill myself.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, but you found the strength to just keep going.
It was a weird one because that's a good question. Because it feels like you're right there and you have like a choice.
Yeah.
It's like I can either let this destroy me, or I can let this inspire me.
Yeah.
And every day is a struggle with that.
Totally.
Kind of, because every day is like, all right, do I have it in me to fucking get up and do this again?
Because you were skating before.
Yeah.
So obviously you had some skills then.
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell with those laybacks, you got influence.
I used to know some tricks.
Right.
Now I get to, in my 40s, learn how to skateboard all over again. And that's interesting because I have 30 years experience, right, give or take, but it's a completely different animal. Like my body knows what it wants to do, but I don't have ankles. So it's a different animal.
Now, do you have you tried skating with that?
Way more difficult. It's like skateboarding with stilts.
These are called prosthetics.
Yep.
But so you don't have the right feel, and it's just
I tried for like probably the first 6 months after I started like walking on my own without a walker or a cane. And I could go back and forth on a ramp, but you're so disconnected from the board. I've seen other people do it, and it blows my mind.
Right, because like we say, you can become one with the board. This just all the time
took me too far away from it. Once I got onto the knee.
There we go.
There.
Now we're having some burnt toast. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
But that's what just going from prosthetics to knees reconnected me with the skateboard.
Right.
It felt like I was part of it again.
You felt closer to it.
Yeah.
One with it. Because once you lose that, and that's where I'm at right now, getting back on board. And so today felt really good for me getting back on board because I haven't, I've been off board for too long. And you lose it when you're not one with the board, if you can't get the feel. And so you just don't have the feel.
Yeah. Well, even coming into this, I was a terrible alcoholic. So I hadn't really been skating for probably 5 years. I mean, I'd skate, but it'd be like once a month.
Right.
And it'd be like an hour.
Yeah.
And then I think it was forever.
It wasn't a good session.
But it wasn't good.
Yeah. Totally. I can absolutely understand.
Yeah, that's that drinking takeover.
Right. And that shit will just ruin you.
Yeah.
So then, who were your influences then, back then? When you started skating, your fourth?
Well, that one, that I kind of blame on, I had to have been a Thrasher magazine.
You're 42, so you're 20 years younger than me.
So I was born in 81.
81. So I was just graduating school. And let's see, that's like, okay, you were just born.
Yeah.
So you didn't start skating until you were 10, which was 91.
And not really skating until 12.
Yeah.
That's when I got my first
93 or so. That's about when I moved up here.
Yeah.
Right.
Because being from Bonners, I'd heard your name before. Growing up in Bonners.
Right.
But not meeting you till last year or year before that was kind of weird. It's like, I know that name. Why do I know that name? Because from Sandpoint.
My reputation precedes me.
Yeah, totally does. Totally does.
Cause I'd been up here since 93 and always involved, I was involved with Ground Zero, involved with getting our park going and all that. And I had a big mark and a big stake in our skate community there up until like about 2010 or 12 when I closed the shop.
Okay.
And then I just stepped away. But now I don't, Jay, this whole used to thing and because Jay and Dopey and we all skated. And it's bringing me back into it. But so then back to your influences, that was just back into the influences of the 90s, mid 90s then?
Oh, yeah. It was like the guys that stand out, that like the pros that stand out had to have been like probably Dwayne Peters.
Right.
It was just like I remember a picture of him climbing out of a swimming pool. It was just full of garbage.
Right.
Like he was cleaning it or something. It was like, this is what I want to do.
Right.
This is like, it's tattooed and just gnarly looking. And then it was Jeremy Ray.
Right.
And then because that guy was probably still is to something else.
Yeah.
And those are my like the two guys that probably got me going when I was super young.
So now you're seeing these videos of these guys. Like I seen this one dude, I don't know, he's in South America or somewhere. Like no legs
at all,
no arms.
Yep.
And homie's doing shove-its across the hip. Guy's got more skills than me.
Big spins.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm sure we're thinking of the same dude because he is something else. I'm friends with him.
Kind of a little stocky dude.
Oh yeah.
Little stocky dude. Yeah, he got no legs, no arms, and motherfucker's stocky, dude.
Are you thinking of Memphis?
I can't think of it. It's just probably some South American, Latino character somewhere.
That's the other guy then, because Memphis has no arms and legs too.
But I've been seeing these guys just ripping, and so that makes me think like you're a fucking puss. If you want to give up just because of a handicap.
Yeah.
Where these guys are just shaming you.
Well, it's because skateboarding has no rules.
Has no rules.
So a guy with no legs can skateboard.
Right.
There's nothing. There's no. You don't have to be able to run to skateboard.
Right.
You have to be able to get on it. That's about it.
Roll.
Yeah. And then you're skateboarding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess the only rule of skateboarding is have a skateboard.
So then you're saying, so it doesn't frustrate you that you had all these tricks before, but now you gotta
constantly.
Yeah, it just frustrates the fuck out of you.
But I'm not getting them back.
No.
Like
you got to relearn them differently.
They're all like I'm not gonna 360 flip like I used to.
Right.
Name drop.
Yeah.
but I might figure out how to 360 flip with my hands.
Right. And land that one, and we'll get it on film.
Oh yeah.
So then skating with your boy, that's got to be something.
It's something else.
I tried to skate a little with Maddie, but she didn't pick it up. So, but that's got to be.
It's something else.
Yeah.
Because I really tried to not force it on him.
Right.
Just like, oh.
No, you can't.
Yeah, because it's like,
and
I know I'm into this, but I don't want to be like, you're going to be into this, damn it.
Right. You can only hope. I was like, she's gonna be the best damn girl skater ever. Yeah. She's still a thrasher girl. Yeah. Those laybacks though, yeah. I noticed they're proper. So what are your thoughts on that?
That trick. Yeah, I never landed that trick with feet.
Really?
I gave myself
That one I seen you do here was
I got
like,
this testicle on my wrist from angle iron coping.
yeah.
Cut that, and I just couldn't get the push back off the coping. I could lay it back and make it look all pretty.
Red would be impressed.
That push back. And as soon as I lost my legs, though, I could push back off that coping.
Yeah, I mean they're fucking proper, hand up on the coping, and you're all fucking tweaked. Like fucking dude's got style on those laybacks, dude. They're shit. They're fucking great. Did some lurking on your Facebook page last night.
Hey, all right.
So I noticed you like Bon Jovi.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's not.
How did you catch on to that one? Out of all the things you catch on to from my Facebook page, I was a fan of Bon Jovi coming up. I loved Young Guns too. Best movie ever.
Oh, was he in that?
No, he did the soundtrack.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah, I saw that you were a Bon Jovi fan now, and you're a bit of an artist too.
I dabbled in painting for a while.
You're not doing that anymore?
I haven't for a good year now.
Right.
But I'll get back into it. I just don't really have a spot to do it.
And then I saw some sort of certificate there. Are you a nurse? A male nurse?
No.
That care?
No, I'm not.
What was that all about?
Maybe someone else.
I thought I had him on being a nurse.
No.
But I know you are a stoner, he says.
Oh, I work for Fat Panda.
For who?
Fat Panda.
Oh, okay.
Grow out farms in the valley. Yeah,
Right.
I put joints and tubes for them. Yep.
Okay, so all right, so you're packing Hooters. Okay, so here's another question, skate related. Is it the shit off the floor?
We're talking Fat Panda, aren't we?
So generally, yeah.
The stuff off the floor goes into the edibles.
Okay, so there you go, people.
That's where
your edibles are coming from.
That's where the oil comes from.
Right. Sweep off the floor, all that shit.
All the garbage.
So now when they say
you can't smoke normally,
this is all flour,
it is.
like how much of the bud? Like the real bud, or just a little tiny fucking
The shake that comes off of it.
the littles?
Well, it's put in the mix.
That I always smoke the ones with the crack joints. That's what I smoke. The
like
ones with the distillate in there. So now I need the inside poop. How good are those?
I just started doing those ones. They're top notch.
Yeah,
we got 2 new machines to make those ones.
That's what I want to know. Is like those fucking crack joints. Am I getting the crack or am I getting just the shit off the floor?
No, the shit off the floor is just
finger hash. You know, like, yeah, put that in there.
Just for the oil. It's just all turned into the oil.
Right. Okay. Because that's always been a joke of all of ours, and that's just the shit off the floor.
I've heard that from like weed shops, like local weed shops going that Fat Panda.
Not Fat Panda. Just in general, just the pre-roll joints. You know, in general.
Oh,
it's just in general, all of them. You know,
no, everything that goes in those joints is fresh.
That's why I always go for the crack joints because it's like, oh, I can fucking roll my own joint. But I can't roll a crack joint. So, yes.
I've heard so many complaints about the company I work for. I think they're top notch. They treat me great. They have put up with every inch of my disability.
Nice.
When they hired me on, they said, don't even worry about it. As far as we're concerned, you're not disabled.
Right.
Whatever you need, we got you.
Yeah, and as far as going in there and sitting in a chair and packing one.
I had to go down to part-time, and they were like, no problem. Because I got in shape and grew out of my legs in 3 months.
Oh, really?
And it was just like I couldn't keep up with full-time hours.
You got out of shape from no activity.
Yeah, and then my legs didn't fit anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So I had to get new.
So you got like gained weight at your knees?
These get skinnier and skinnier, and they'll just continue to get skinnier.
And this is your actual leg.
Yeah.
And then this here's part of
this just goes in here.
Right, but that's not on your leg.
No, this is part of the wrap. This is part of this thing.
Right. Okay.
And this is like a wetsuit that holds everything onto my leg.
Crazy.
I left it extra long for the winter because I wear shorts. May as well stay warm.
Yeah, might as well.
The shorts is just so people don't look at me strange when they see me walk funny. Because
right.
I take bad steps a lot.
Right.
And I don't want people staring at me like I'm stumbling around the store drunk.
Right.
They see me with prosthetics. They don't look at me twice.
Yeah,
well, they look at me twice, but they don't judge me.
All right.
That's
So
where
I've
the
never
shorts came
met
from.
or ridden with anybody who's ever had a handicap. I don't think I ever have. And so this is all new to me.
It's all new to me too.
I know. So you said this happened in 2018.
Yeah.
So
Right at the end of 2018.
was it a health injury or
It was from the drinking. I drank myself into a coma, and I was in a coma for a month and a half.
and because of that you ended up losing?
I was at my house, and they turned my power off because I was in a coma for a month and a half, so I wasn't paying my bills. And it was -5 out. They had just changed the law in Idaho where that's okay to do without
Frostbite?
without a check, without a what do they call
Right.
it?
Hell yeah, welfare check.
Welfare check, because the farmers because they used to do it where they'd use farm taxes to cover bills until it was above freezing, and the farmers got tired of paying people's bills,
Right.
so they got rid of that a couple of years before this happened.
Right.
But it's one of those things where it's like, but I did do it to myself. I wasn't in control of me at the time. That the liquor had control of everything I was doing.
Right.
But when it comes right down to it, I'm the only one to blame.
Yeah, when it comes down to it,
Yeah.
right? Pretty much, yeah. So now you're sober,
Yeah,
except for you're a burn victim,
yeah.
which you got to have something. But burning by no means is. We really smoked out this place.
with the burnt toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Heather's gonna hate me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's wrap this up. We don't want this to get too long. I just wanted to find out a little more about you, see what makes you tick, and just okay. It's good to know you, and
Yeah,
glad to meet you. And
It's awesome.
let's keep skating together. And
Hell of a session today. That was awesome.
yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Another December baby. It sucks because we compete with Jesus.
He seems to win.
He does. Yeah. Yeah. He's been winning.
For almost 2,000 years.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, peace out, you guys. Sweet.
Awesome.
Hey man, you guys get the fuck off the ramp.
Jesus, get out of here.